ISUPK. Oh, and West. Babylon is falling to rise no more again. Babylon is falling. Freedom is here, my friend, not just part of the nation. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace in start of the vision. Now put your trust in our riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. But just the last statutes and commandments, we make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the nation. Daniel get a vision, him see the black Christ, it wasn't a white depiction. No allegiance to Rome nor its regions, come out them religion if you want be a free man. Cause the deacons them full of demons, same situation with Rasta with Islam. Only beacon of hope for your lean on is ISUPK and the General YAHANNA. Every fowl of the ear, every beast of the field, every creeping thing we creep on land, every mouth of the clear, loud and clear. Yeah, our shy Mashiach is a black man who have fear, let him hear. Time to prepare, spiritually separate from Babylon. We no weak, we no fear, we no tear. Gun Saddam, my bun, but him and a just part of the nation. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace in start of the vision. Now put your trust in our riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. I just the last statutes and commandments, we make the decision to keep them with precision. Just part of the nation, send evils and curses on the whole city and the beasts and all churches. America fall, them deserve it. Rome get defeat, history repeat, I know the first days. Hey, 400 years they work with, then desert with, then turn round and call we worthless. But now the COVID lurking, them hurting, and them the doctors and nurses. Hey, one day to building off a turn after the long journey. No care much money you want earn if you still want Babylon burn. One day to building off a turn after the long journey. No care much money you want earn. Hey, I just part of the mission. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in our riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. I just the last statutes and commandments, we make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the mission. Baby, no listen to no fake news, them can't. Could do all it out and them never fear yours. Notice I just be a bad bitch, I get forward from with you. But the one you have be good girl them lazy. She never did a features, I rate it. Never did a features, half naked. Me never did a piggy or ratings halfway, that's why me give her ratings. She never did a features, half naked. Never did a features, I rated. Me never did a figgy or ratings halfway, that's why me give her ratings. I know every girl a white material. I know every girl forget the juice in a me seed bag. I know every girl me trust to cook my food, nor boil my tea in a tea, but put the milk in a the cereal. Me like a catty when me dival, when we wash for cook for clean and no fuss. When she hear me get a new girl, I know that me mean when me say me fight me demons. Multiple wife legally, no illegal. Yeah, straight, me go crazy. I know every catty can be my first lady. I know every press plus body done pay for plus Tatiana no fit in and no mercy. When me say oh luxury dolly fi nurse baby, a trouble when luxury dolly turn old lady. So big up every girl we don't lazy. Your body big, but why your mommy donate it? I rate it. Never did a fi dress half naked. Me never did a fi give her ratings halfway, that's why me give her ratings. She never did a fi dress half naked. Never did a fi dress R rated. Me never did a fi give her ratings halfway, that's why me give her ratings. She now wait pan money for reach her and donation. She make reach her man donation. 100 and run, but he waste gal a tell her fi leave her man, but she stay strong. She know say them are no friends, them are haters. Them sleep with every man in a the acre. Can't get nobody fi stay long and want the advice for relation. Baby no listen to no fake news. Them can't keep a man cause them never stay true. Could do all it out and them never pay dues. Never shut them out and them wicked and cruel, eh? Bag a man a rush, but them just a get yours. Everything them have, them did a fiat blows. Instagram live, them nude for the views. Baby, that I know you though. Sure, I rate it. Never did a pictures half naked. Me never did a figure her things halfway. That's why me give her ratings. She never did a pictures half naked. Never did a pictures R-rated. Me never did a figure her things halfway. That's why me give her ratings. Yeah. I want West in I place once more. Yeah, easy. You wanna know where me come from? You wanna know where me come from? I believe it. You wanna know where me come from? I don't pan the Middle East, but y'all out the West one get the kid peace. Me step over to pretty Christine. A big broad smile and giggling teeth. Have a brand new 4-5 pretty crisp clean. Me deal with the chica press pretty pristine. Them say them bad but we no intrigue. If you this now you top 10 killing increase. And we no join both sides. I one West are the best you fi know boy. You put a S on your chest when the chrome pint. Every bone a broke when left lone tribe. They could force right boy if you know your size. Don't see me on the street and a force fight. You get ratchet knife in your throat pipe. Man will make your chop flesh like your ghost rise. Give up the ghost. Make it both wise. Y'all shut up, bend over, pan to a pint. Fuck you, make you get wet like a boat ride. If you hold tight, y'all, me a hold tight. Alright, no later, then more time. Me have things to do, but got more fight. Look you at the nanny, y'all do a bright. Then we shoot the bumbo clad to a grind. That's where me come from. I don't pan the Middle East, but y'all out the West one get the kid piece. Me step over to pretty Christine. A big broad smile and giggling teeth. Have a brand new 4-5 pretty crisp clean. Me deal with the chica press pretty pristine. Them say them bad but we no intrigue. If you this now you top 10. Yeah, them too bad, I just smoke them off, I just slogan. You coulda big and tough like Hulk Hogan. You get your own a bag, you get total. Send your soul to God, their best no God. The whole fucking clip of your own that. You come set no chop for your own bat. I go get sent off, we run postal. Get a PO box. She say me handsome, she want hold me cocky at ransom. She want hood fi broke, she want yam some. She say breed me, give me that one son, boy. We have shotgun, we have Remington, we have Magnum. So if a beef you want, you can have some. Anything we come turn in a phantom. And where we come from, I don't pan the Middle East, but y'all out the West one get the kid piece. Me step over to pretty Christine. A big broad smile and giggling teeth. Have a brand new 4-5 pretty crisp clean. We deal with the chica press pretty pristine. Them say them bad but we no intrigue. If you this now you top 10 killing increase. Increase. You know, yeah, easy. I want what's in I building. You know when we come through, just hide the gal them and hide the liquor.
Hey, Shalom, Yabashim Shabrakatam, to all the brothers, Yawashamatam, Bashim Yawashai, to all the sisters, and peace and also 500 Barak. Y'all already know what it is. This is another episode of One West Ground Zero podcast, hosted by obviously 1000 Adiyar, who will be back next week. Myself, we have a special guest, my nigga. Yo, these my knees, Kodam, Ban Yahawada, you understand? Listen, if you are of any tribe besides Judah, hide your daughters. You understand? All of them. Hide your daughters, hide your strong, hide your liquor, hide the rum.
Right.
Hide the Ray and nephew. You understand? Because Kodam is taking everything. And he's leaving no spoils for nobody. You get me? What's going on, Q?
Man, I can't call it. Shalom, y'all. My brothers, y'all. Shamal, shout out my sisters. Man, I can't call it, man. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, most thanks to for you for being here. You understand?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to rock it out. But before we start with a few clips, right, that we got for the show, what do you think about what's going on? It's good night. Listen, Trump said, I gave you 2 weeks. This nigga did that 2 days.
Hey, right. Hey, but most high in Christ to that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, we see, you know, since 1969, we've been bringing this truth out, man. And people been like, man, y'all crazy. Y'all don't know what y'all talk about. They talked about us when we did the 2000, you know what I'm saying? prophecy, and a lot of people left the truth. You
Right.
understand? But now we see today, that all these things that we've been prophesying since 1969 in the Command of YAHANNA has come to fruition, man. Like, good night. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a glorious day to be an Israelite. You understand? Because we
Good night.
know that now our kingdom and our salvation is near to what we believe, man. Salaki.
Hey, Shalom, I.S.U.P.K, word for good. And then, yeah, it's a day like no other for being not just an Israelite, just being in the truth. You know, in Command Jahan had been said this since 1969. And y'all said these niggas is crazy, and that's what baffles me. Right before we get into it, is that the Muslims are not considered crazy for blowing themselves up and thinking they're gonna end up with 72 virgins in the clouds. The Christians say, you know, we're gonna die and be buried, and then our what they consider the ghost or the spirit is gonna go up in the clouds, and then with naked white baby angels with wings. They're not crazy. The East Indians are not considered crazy for thinking if I do good things, I might be reincarnated as a bear or a tiger. And if I do bad things, I'll become an ant or a snail. They're not crazy.
Right.
But we're crazy for saying a nigga's gonna crack the sky open with 200 million nigga angels and free us from captivity. We're crazy for saying, well, we're slaves and we're gonna be free. That's the crazy part. We're the only ones because we're crazy. I was like, go ahead.
If I could, it's heavy what you're saying, because it's like now we starting to see that who the real crazy ones is. The ones that's really crazy is the ones that's in these Christian church. That you understand Catholicism, Buddhism, Islam. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like what I've learned is that we can be anything in the world but an Israelite. And that's how you know identity is that of an Israelite, because as soon as we say that, it's like, oh, we gotta silence this man. We done seen what happened to, you understand, what was it, Nick Cannon, Deshaun Jackson. You understand what I'm saying? These men said, or even Kanye West, they got a little bit of a piece of the truth and started, telling the truth. And everybody's like, nah, we got to ostracize them. You understand?
Yeah, right.
So, so like.
Yeah, sir. Also, we'll be back next week in full effect with all the Babanku and the Kemas. And if you are a Levite sister, listen, do not come on the show, because if Kodam sees you, you're married. This nigga said, I married you. How? I give you that look. That's it.
Polygamy.
Hey, most I cry. But like, let me get these clips. Yeah, we're gonna get to it. It's gonna be a good show today. Give me 1 second, Baba Shot. And Kodam, any moment you want to chime in, you want to bring something out, just go ahead.
Absolutely.
1 second, Salakia. Before we get into the good clips, we have a few ones for y'all. Yeah, we're gonna show you that. Listen, y'all should not join yourself with heathens. Heathens have a disgusting culture. Heathens are deviants. They don't give a damn about you. And it's horrible to be among people that is not your people, because you don't know what to expect. You understand? We know, because we know the truth. This is the one. Yeah, that's the one. It says Nigerian healthcare worker jailed in the UK for kissing a female patient. He thought a kiss might comfort her. Good night. Good night. So I know a sister. She's trying to save the Nigerians. Salakia. What say ye? What say ye, my brethren, my kinsmen of the flesh?
I mean, good. No, it's a Nigerian healthcare worker jailed in UK for kissing female patient. So was he was a caregiver himself?
He's like a nurse. This man said he thought what's the Disney devil name? The prince had to kiss her.
What's the name of that prince?
Is it Snow White?
Was it
it's
a
not
frog?
Snow White.
Prince Charming?
Yeah. Listen, some whites disgusting snow roach had to be kissed to wake up from I don't know what, to be healed. This
But
man
you
thought he
gotta
was the
get
Prince
kissed by
Charming.
a Nigerian to wake up to be healed. Good night. I'd rather stay awake. I mean, stay asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Good night.
yeah.
He said he thought a kiss might comfort her. Imagine now if he would have went further besides getting caught with a kiss. What would he have said? The rod of healing now? Good fucking night. See, that's the problem with the heathens. The heathens, that this is exactly what why Levi and Simeon had to kill the man.
Right.
This man went in and said, I said the kiss will comfort her. Damn. Salakia.
So he went to school and did all this work to be a healthcare, and he said, "I'm gonna just throw all my learning out the window and just kiss her. That's what's gonna really save her or help her." That don't even make no sense, man. And who would want to be kissed by a Nigerian? His lips look ashy. Yeah. Like, what are we talking about here, man? It's crazy. Like, it's to the point, right? You see, like, if you think about what happened with Ham, like, it's a sexual deviancy. You understand? And
Right.
of course, he went into his father's tent with Noah, and he looked at his nakedness and he laughed. This shows you right here that these are the same biblical people, man. Because of that, like, why would you go and do something that's professional and thinking that kissing that person is going to give them comfort? That woman don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Another crazy thing is that you took advantage. It's like certain professions, right, comes with a level of trust. Like, you work in a bank, you're trusted not to steal. You work as a healthcare professional. You have people's life in your hands, or intimacy, because sometimes you might see someone's nakedness, but professionally, right? You have to change their garments or whatever, clean them up depending on what ailment they have, right? He took advantage of the trust that was given to him as a healthcare worker to assault a woman, and it could have went further, because we know how Ham does. Right. It could have went further, right? And then what would have been the excuse? I try to comfort her. Comfort her from what? Whether you know the woman or not really is irrelevant.
That part.
The man just went ahead and said, "Yeah, you know what? Let me try to heal you." He said, "I know the way."
Oh my goodness, that's crazy work, man.
That's the crazy part, right? And this is why when we're told to separate from heathens, that our culture is totally different. Right. We don't have a culture like that. Listen, I don't give a damn. I feel like, yo, listen, Lord be with you. Clearly he ain't, but Lord be with y'all, because what would have happened is that, imagine now that woman is married. That woman has a father. That woman has brothers.
Right.
And even then, you go into jail for just abusing your power as a healthcare worker. There's people in the jail that they have mothers, they have sisters, they have female friends. Sexual assault is not is not taken lightly when you go to prison.
That's right.
But the Lord will deal with you. Salakia. Anything else you want to add before we move on?
No, I'm too.
Yeah, let's move on to the next one. This one is a crazy one. Salakia.
What?
Play this clip.
Hey, so it's either I tell you or we breaking up now.
So what you got to tell me is.
Are you want to shut up so I can tell you?
Tell me what it is.
I was born a man.
I
was born a man and I got surgery because I wanted to be a girl.
Yeah, man.
So you just been with me this whole. I mean, technically I am a girl since I got surgery, but I was born a man.
Ain't nothing technical about it.
It is very technical.
Ain't nothing technical
about it. It is very technical.
And it's crazy. It's crazy to think about, because it put me in the headspace of what I always thought about you. It was always something off about you. You always had these manly features about you. You overly strong.
Well, you clearly. Okay.
It's a lot.
Clearly, he's a gay man. The man that's in this picture is definitely. Well, I'm trying to be politically correct. He like I said, he's GHEY. You understand? And
Yeah,
why I
he
say that is because he knew in the back of his mind that something won't right. What they say that he didn't pay attention to the red flags.
He had the spider senses.
Yeah, they were tingling, Barack, and he still went on with this relationship and things like that. Ain't asked no questions or none of that. Secretly, he likes men. Well, not even secretly. Now the bag is out. What I say, the cat is out the bag.
The cat is out the bag.
Yeah, it's out the bag now.
Shit, the cat was never there. Salaki.
There you go. You're right. He opened the bag and see there was no cat there. You're right. Pun intended, Salakia.
The cat was made in China.
Good night.
Salaki, but yo, listen, exactly. Just like you said, that man is clearly a homosexual.
Right.
Like, just listen. She's out. Well, I don't know why. I don't even know why I said she. Good night. He is out in it like that. That listen, he was born a man.
Right.
He got surgery. Yo, he's not mad enough.
Exactly.
Good night. Like, he's just in his mind. It's like, damn. I always knew. For how long? 3 years. Yo, don't tell me you never beat it.
3 years.
This man probably beat it all the time, and he said, "Well, I always knew something was wrong. Like, you overly strong, you have manly features. After 3 years, you question it,
right?
And you see his whole reaction is like, I think he's really more concerned of being exposed on social media.
That's it.
He's being filmed, and that's it.
He's still gonna go deal with him.
Oh, he's gonna deal with another one. You know, at the end of the day, you clearly are a homosexual, because you're not. It's like this. It's like this. Damn, it didn't even phase you. You know, but again, even then, outside of him being a clear sodomite, it's a dangerous world out here.
It is.
That's why, listen, when it comes down to it, you want to be in the truth like never before. Right. You can't even trust these women out here. It's them. You're like, yeah, Salakia, don't do what I'm about to say. Then you're like, I'm about to say, yo, show me the thing. Make sure it's real. Don't do that. But you get the point. So you can trust these things out here. These things are probably men. It's a crazy world. It's dangerous. Right. Like, they get the operation and everything. Now it's like they make it seem like they are women. You know? That's the crazy part. Like, it's scary to go to the club. Hey, at the end of the day, y'all want to go to this. Listen, Christ said these days are gonna be like Noah's days. Right. Y'all gonna be partying and things like that. Y'all ain't even gonna be knowing what's going on. I don't have time to go to the club. Ain't nothing wrong, but listen, Lord be with y'all, and end up like this sodomite nigga right there. Right. 3 years is crazy.
3 years is a long time. And really, if I could, he married. They married, man. I mean, good night. You done consummated, bro. Like, I mean,
that's crazy work.
It is, but now don't get me wrong, y'all. We're not advocating for a man and a man to be together, or a woman and a woman to be together. But this man has been with this person intimately. This is 3 years. We know what happens in relationships when you've been with someone for this long. You understand?
Listen, and people get married on one night.
On one night, and it's crazy, bro. He don't even look pissed off enough.
That's the point. That's how you know. Really, it's not even bothering him.
It's not. It's not. Like, look at his face. He's more so shocked, but it's kind of like that I already knew type of shock. Like, I was just wondering when you was gonna tell me.
Basically,
you know what I'm saying? Because it's like he already knew what was up. If you got these things, why didn't you never ask these questions? First off, if I'm about to be with any woman, I'm asking every question. I'm talking about even the most difficult questions.
Give me your birth certificate. Are you a woman from birth?
All, Barack, you know what I'm saying? The whole identity and everything.
Do you bleed once a month? Right. I'm gonna have to ask women now. It's like, Are you a woman from birth? That's what it's
Right.
on your birth certificate. Do you actually bleed once a month? Do you buy tampons? Listen, it's definitely it's a lie. Don't do that shit. The point is, it's so dangerous out here. Like, you really want a sis? Listen. At this point, the only real sisters I know aren't in the I.S.U.P.K.
Damn right.
And those outside, hey, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Lord be with y'all.
Right.
You know that's it. Anything you want to add before we move on?
I'm surprised he won't wear purple, man, but that's it.
He probably is. He probably is.
Right.
You know, he definitely probably is. Salakia. Let me get the next one.
Miss Flo asked if France used the same method as the United Kingdom to pay compensation to the former slave owners after abolition of slavery. And the answer is no. France did not compensate the slave owners for the loss of their assets. But France did something even worse. It's the state itself that demanded compensation for the loss of the slaves. And the payment of that compensation is the reason why I'm here today. This is the Dominican Republic, by no means a rich Caribbean country, but the Dominican Republic has a state. The Dominican Republic has a tourist industry, beaches and tourists who put on those beaches and that spend their money in the country. And the Dominican Republic has a maritime industry and infrastructure. As you can see behind me, this is a port. So I say that France compensation for slavery is the reason why I'm here. And that's because I shouldn't be here today. I should be on the other side of this island because the Dominican Republic is on the island of Hispaniola, which it shares with Haiti on the other side of the island. Haiti used to be the richest colony of the Americas, much richer than this side of the island. And Haiti is the first Black republic to have emancipated itself from slavery and from colonization. Haitian troops inflicted Napoleon its first defeat ever. By all means, Haiti and the Haitian people should be lauded as a hero. But after its independence, the state of France imposed such a crippling debt on the state of Haiti as a punishment for its independence and for the liberation of its citizens, as the first free Black people of the Atlantic diaspora. At the time, the reparation that Haiti was supposed to pay to France represented more than 300% of its GDP. It was impossible for Haiti to pay, and France knew it. The point was to cripple Haiti with debt for decades and even centuries, and that's exactly what happened. And it worked so well that not only France as a state enriched itself off the back of Haiti and its freedom, but as a result, also Haiti never had a chance to develop. Haiti finished paying its debt and the interest of the debt to the last dime in 1947. This whole time, Haiti never had a chance to develop, never had a chance to invest in infrastructure, to invest in education, to invest in a productive agriculture. Therefore, Haiti remained crippled throughout the centuries. Haiti paid the price of freedom. And after France had finished sucking it dry, then it's the United States that meddled in its politics, in its production, and in every aspect of the Haitian society, to the point that both France and the United States share equal responsibility in the looting of Haiti. And that loot is the reason why this side of the island of Hispaniola had a chance to develop, and the other side, Haiti, never did. And this is why I'm here today and not on the other side. When things get a little bit better in Haiti, I hope I'll get a chance to visit because that's one of my dreams. So my friend.
Boy. Yeah, I'll let you go first, Kodal.
If I could, like, this is really my question, right? Like, one, before I get to my question, it's like, the slaves are never given the compassion, the sympathy, or the empathy of what we went through slavery or during slavery. But I want to know, like, I want to just know this, if I could. If we was to get reparations today for the things that happened to us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and specifically, you understand our Haitian brothers here, right, and sisters, what would that do for us without having a morality or moral type of base?
Right.
Because we're not going to do anything more so but spend it in the wrong. We're going to give it right back to the oppressor. One, you understand? Our people are out here on drugs and doing all kind of manner of wickedness. So even with us getting the reparations, which is we need the money. We can definitely use it. But I think even so, it wouldn't benefit us because the morality that we have is immoral. You understand, Salakia?
No, on that part of the reparations, absolutely. It's not like we ain't got money. We do. We spend on Gucci shoes. Ain't nothing wrong in having some gold teeth. That's actually biblical. But we don't have like our priorities in check. Spending on guns to kill each other, on drugs to get high and sell to each other, on prostitutes, so on and so forth. So it's not like we don't have the money, but if we were giving a check for reparations, what would we actually do with it? On how would it benefit the community? It wouldn't, because we don't have a moral compass. We don't even have an identity. Without that identity, which is us being the real Jews, being the Israelites, if we knew what comes with it is the moral compass, it's our culture, the law, statutes, and commandments. Now, on the other hand, I don't know if it's actually a brother or a melanated Edomite, but the point is, he's not entirely correct. If I'm not mistaken, Haiti's still paying some of the debt until this day. Shit. The Eiffel Tower was paid by Haiti. Not a lot of people know that. Yeah, the Eiffel Tower was financed by Haiti. The Eiffel Tower in France, the Haitian paid that.
Good, nice.
Right? And even when you say about 1940, Haiti was not Tawab. Listen, if you look at pictures from the 60s, probably the 70s, Haiti looked good. The Haiti is, you see the pictures today. I'm gonna show you a picture or a video, right? Haiti today is not Haiti in the 1970s. Like you would see pictures of Haiti today, how destroyed it is. Probably like 20 years ago was not like that.
Right.
Let me see if I can find a clip real quick. Yeah. Let me share this tab.
And that just shows you how much of a disease the oppressor is to us, man. You understand? Like we want to give our love to the oppressor and do all these things for the oppressor. But it's like once we keep giving our love to the oppressor, we ain't got no love to give back to our love.
Watch this. Look for what? That's Haiti in 1960. About 1947. That's why Haiti destroyed. You understand? Then I'm gonna show you Haiti in 1980. Right.
I ordered 200 hand-forged knives to my dorm.
Shut up, devil. Even the name of the video is 1980s Port-au-Prince, which is the capital, which is absolutely destroyed today. It says when Haiti was civilized, which is really an insult. But just to show you really is when Haiti was not destroyed as it is today because of the French and the US primarily in their intervention, right? But look at how Haiti looked. But you get the point. Haiti was not looking destroyed like that in the 1980s. I don't know where it's at, but it took a minute. And even when the US, right? So the US basically was like a tax collector. Like the US was collecting on behalf of France, and they were getting their share off of the debt that Haiti was paying back to France. And when I say he's not totally incorrect, because Haiti was not the only French colony. right? Part of Canada, Slovakia, Canada was considered New France. Damn near the whole Midwest was New France, right? So when it was passed down to the British, the province of Quebec, they paid reparations to the slave owners. I'm from Martinique, Guadeloupe, and French Guyana. All the slave owners got reparations. That's what I'm saying. He's not totally correct, right? Every single devil that was a slave owner, a slave overseer, they all got reparation. What? For loss of labor, right? The Spanish, it's the same way. And even just to show what he's doing, it's kind of divisive in a way, right?
Right.
He's trying to say, hey, you know, the Dominican Republic, this and that. Listen, the Dominicans ain't got it good. Not because it kind of looks better as far as the scenery. The Dominicans ain't got it good in DR. The Spaniards did a number on them. And how we're divided today is still because the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You know? But everything that's going on right now, which is part of the topics and some of the clips we're going to play, is that we're getting free from captivity and we're reuniting like never before.
That's right.
I'm talking about,
if I may, real quick. It's really like, it seems, and that's heavy. That, you know, the saying we say, "Where the oppressor is the devil," the Bible speak of, which devil just means deceiver. He's so deceptive in his ways, because he's saying that, you know, the oppressor was thinking about giving reparations to the slave owners. So you're telling me you're rewarding a crime, basically, because slavery is a crime. But it's like, again, like, you know, Cattle Cottage, I got that song said they sent us to jail for graffiti, but they call their faces in mountains. And you think about it, it's like the oppressor is always congratulated or rewarded for his crimes that he does. You understand? And never reprimanded or put in jail, under the jail, for the things that he do. They're talking about giving reparations to the slave owners, not the slaves. And it's crazy is because that is what America is built on, is bloodshed, tears, and crime, man. That's exactly why America has to be destroyed. Salaki.
Yeah, imagine that. You're a thief, and when it's time to be like, yo, listen, we'll just give you reparations. We'll give you a check because, you know, we had to confiscate what you stole from the person you stole it from. Now the person you stole it from, well, hey, Lord be with you. Go grind hard and get it back. You know, buy it back. That's it. That's the crazy part. The natives are still asking for the land back, but the people who stole the land got reparations because they were slaves too. You know, they all were. But anything else you want to add before we move on?
And so, like, just one last thing, man. You understand? This is why I thank the Most High for this truth, knowledge, and understanding, because now we understand our purpose in life. You understand? We understand why we going through this, what happened when we did this. You understand? And now how to move forward from it. If you are not in the I.S.U.P.K, you hear the sound of my voice, man. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, get in the class in the city near you, man, and learn this truth. We see the times that we're in today, and it is so imperative that we as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians gather yourselves together, like Zephaniah 2:1 says, man. Salaki.
Damn right. Let me see this one. Salaki.
These are probably the most racist people that I've ever come across.
Why? How do you see
this? The
this?
stuff that you read in there is absolutely
like
insane.
what?
They do not like Black people.
Black people?
No, they do not.
Especially black.
Especially.
Why?
They
have no history.
They just reading the stuff through there. They basically think they're just the scum of the earth.
Really?
Yeah. So it's far beyond any just joking.
It's literally their thinking.
Like you're in my gun store and you're Black and Mexican, and we could all joke around, have a good time, right? Yeah. This is far beyond that. They literally think less of them. Even the color of their own skin, the darker.
I know that. In India, they do the same thing. I know that Mexico as well, because the darker you are, the more native you are. It's like,
Boy, what y'all say in the U.S.?
Chinese are probably the most racist people.
what y'all say? It's like the pot calling the kettle black or the kettle pot.
Yo,
You know,
for real though. Like,
yo, this man, it's like, yo, listen, we're not that racist. The Chinese people is worse than us. That's what he's saying.
good night.
Imagine, and this, yo, listen, this man looks like a Klan member.
Right.
This man looks
a skinhead.
He goes to jail, right? And this man looks like he would go to jail, put on a wife beater, and you see all types of Aryan Brotherhood tattoos on his forearms, shoulders, probably a swastika somewhere.
Right.
That's what he looks like. How about the Chinese are the most racist people I ever encountered? Imagine that. The people who call the Chinese yellow, you know, who calls you black, brown, red, you know, who hate you just for the way you look, is saying the Chinese are more racist than us.
Good night.
It's fucking night. Well, hey, newsflash. God, the God of the Bible, because I'm pretty sure he's a Christian. The God that you think you believe in is the supreme, ultimate, final boss of racism.
Right.
Salakia.
And if I could add on, like, it's funny because these same ones that they're talking about that hate blacks, if I'm not mistaken, and unless it was, I don't know if it was Moab or Ammon, you understand? But at one point in time, they had pictures and videos of them twisting their hair so it could look like the picture of black people. They was getting braids in their hair. Then guess what? The Chinese be trying to dance like us. Do you understand? Ammon, the Japanese, they be trying to dance like us. You understand? And it's funny because, like you said, the pot calling the kettle black. They hate our guts. You understand? And the oppressor always tells us, it's like he try to be friends with us by saying, oh, I don't hate you as much as these people hate you, so that we can, you know, join allies with them. Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, again, once he actually picks that out, now it's going to give him that texture of looking like a Negro. You understand? Like the famous saying is everybody, what they say, everybody hate being a Negro, but they don't want to be, what they say? Everybody hates the Negro, but they want to be a Negro, but they don't want to be a Negro when it's time to be a Negro, roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah, they want to be niggas until it's time to be a nigga.
There you go. The water. And see, this is prime example of why Deuteronomy 7:6 is so heavy, man. Because we are the greatest people on the face of the earth. No matter how much they hate us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they hate us because they ain't us. That's that.
Right.
Let me say that one more time. They hate us because they ain't us. What I mean by that is this.
They're not us, yeah.
They're not us. They're not like us. You understand? Salakia. But even so, when we look at the things that they have done, they make us feel like we're worthless when the Most High said that we're the greatest people on the face of the earth, man. You understand? What Country Wayne say, let that sizzle in your spirit. Salakia.
I think you're talking about these goddamn Ammonites.
See what I'm saying? Check them out.
Style big Ben spark up and last kick pan kite. Bossy boss head one go run man file.
Look, they listen to our music, bro.
We are juvenile. How we are running go? What else? Badness, where them are set. How we have a beer to set a guy, where them are set.
Yo, that's the crazy part. Is like, I don't see the flavor. It's weird. They're out of place.
They look like some yellow Karens, man. That's
yellow Karens. Yeah, let me see if I can find the clip of the brothers doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, like
let's compare it now.
Weird clothes that they be wearing. You understand why they gotta have a bucket hat? Man, we made that popular, man. You know what I'm saying? And see, this is what pisses me off. It's like they tell us we're nothing and put the mirror in front of us, and then it's like, look at them. That's how you really care, though. Yeah.
What else? Badness, where them are set. How we have a beer to set a guy, where them are set. Yeah.
Effortless.
Yeah, that's not the goddamn Ammonites.
That's us.
Yeah, listen. And he said, listen, China Mac, I remember the clip, right? China Mac, when Captain Kaza said, yo, this man really is a guest.
Right.
Mac has an interview saying, because he's in the Chinese triads, right? That's the Chinese mafia. Mm-hmm. He said, well, we were not allowed to sell drugs in Chinatown. We were given the drugs and we were going to black and brown neighborhoods to sell it.
Right.
Went to Spanish Harlem and spot to sell. We're not allowed to sell drugs in Chinese neighborhoods.
Right.
You know, that's the crazy part. And to say that the Chinese is more racist than the white man is crazy, because the reason why we have so many Chinese businesses in our neighborhoods because white people said, no, you ain't taking white money.
That's right.
We're not giving you the loan to set up shop in our neighborhoods. Go set up
Right.
shop in black neighborhoods. That's what they did. You understand?
Yeah.
Even in Cali, I think they have I think it's Little Korea or whatever the case is.
In Washington, D.C., they got a Chinatown.
Yeah. In every single major city, they have a Chinatown.
Right.
Right. But the reason they have a Chinatown is because you committed a genocide on the natives and you allowed it to set up shop on native land. That's why they have a Chinatown. Forget about putting it, the Chinese business in the black neighborhoods, in the Latino neighborhoods. Y'all committed a genocide. When's the last time the Chinese committed a genocide on three whole continents in an archipelago?
Right.
Talking about the Chinese is the most racist. You hate us just because. The Chinese have their own propaganda against us. We're not saying they don't hate us. Every heathen hates us.
That's
Them,
right.
the Moabites had us in captivity as well. A left-handed Benjamite had to stab a Moabite in the gut and spill his whole intestines out.
Right.
This is in the book of Judges. You understand? But nevertheless, and see, that's the problem, because this is the devil telling you, the enemy, what do you say? The enemy of my enemy is my friend, or some stupid like that.
No, that's
He's gonna try and have you rally behind with him to fight China.
My friend.
Yeah, he's gonna have you try to join him to fight China. That's what's gonna happen.
Right.
You understand? And Salakia, anything you want to add?
Nah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, we almost there. We're gonna get a few more topics, and then we're gonna see what Trump had to say. Listen, I have the clip. Trump is hilarious. Trump is the most hilarious president on the face of the earth.
Right, DJ Trump. It's the orange man himself.
DJT. Trump is a nigga. Apparently, what do you call it? The ginger are niggas. Listen.
Oh my gosh.
We talked about that last week. Conor McGregor gave a bust.
50 Cent, huh?
Listen, a ginger. Conor McGregor donated a whole bus to a group of racist Irish people. They're on the bus saying, "You black cunts" and everything. I was like, damn. Well, I mean, the gingers are niggas. You can't be mad at Conor McGregor, right?
That's what they say.
Oh, 1 second. Gay couple that portrayed the perfect family gets 100 years in prison for raping their adopted sons.
What?
Good night. You got it.
The oppressor is the goddamn devil the Bible speak of, man. Like, and this is what is pushed on our people. Is this LGBTQ LMNOP, like QRZ joint? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and they are sexual deviants. Because one, it's already bad enough that you're in the community, and then you see your children as something to have sex with. I mean, good night. But these are the same ones, like, you understand, that are ruling over us. You understand? I remember, I think Commander Jenny YAHANNA was talking to Austin Tabawan, and he was bringing out, like, when we be in the kingdom, we go, like how the scripture say, is this the man that did shake the kingdoms? Like,
right.
These are the ones that's ruling over us that you telling me that we fear. That's how you know that the only reason for our destruction is of the Most High and not them. He's just using them, a feeble people, to do so. But real quick, like, it's disgusting, man. Like, I'm so disgusted. Like, and they just first off, that's not a family. You can't have a family without a mother and a father.
Right.
So that's not even a family. This is just a conjunction of people that is gay. Salakia.
No, really. I mean, at the end of the day, listen. This is the proof that It is, and we're going to go into the next article as well, because it goes hand in hand together. Shout out to Asher, because Asher said they officially classify transgender people, or Slack. Can I even say this? They officially classify abominations as mentally ill, right?
Right.
Because this whole community is an illness.
Right.
You understand? Like, how you good night. Like, they adopted kids for good. I don't even know what to say.
Man. And
you
so,
know,
like, if I could, real quick, you think about it back in the day. I was just talking to my rib about this. You think about it back in the day, it was a mental illness for a man to like a man, or for a woman to like a woman. Because you think about it, back in the day, they used to call it coming out of the closet. Now they just flamboyantly out of the closet and just like, hey, we're here and we're queer. You understand what I'm saying? They're not hiding it no more. And you think about the scripture was Revelation 11:8, where it says, their dead bodies shall lay, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. This is what the times that we're living in today, man. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what we're seeing unfold. Again, like the scriptures is so tried and true, man. So like,
I'm gonna just bring a precept up real quick. This is Hebrews 12:16. It says, let there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. You cannot make this up. You can't tell us that the white man is not Esau. Talking about, well, the white man is Japhet, or Esau is the Arabs. Listen, all these nations are deviants, but no nation is as deviant as our oppressor, the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You understand? Like, there is no justification. Just be a sodomite, don't adopt kids, or carry yourself a certain way. Just don't be a goddamn sodomite.
That's right.
You understand? Now, how are you gonna do, like, good night hurting? Listen, good. I don't even know what to say at this point. But this is why it needs to be a power shift on this planet. When it says when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right.
Even the little heathen kids are not gonna have to worry about getting assaulted, or they're not even gonna have to worry about nothing. You even gonna have to worry about any Amber Alerts. Y'all gonna be too busy on the plantation picking my cotton.
That's right.
Like it, but you can't make this up. Like, these people are the most deviant people on the face of the earth. Like, how you gonna just adopt kids to do all type of monstrosities to them?
Right.
You still have an issue with us saying the white man is the devil? You ain't get your priorities straight. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. You understand?
Called the white devil too.
Listen, and this is so spiritual that Peru, even though some of these Latin countries are ran by Spaniards, right? Say, yeah, you know what? These people are mentally ill. And it's not just the people who claim to, switch gears, for lack of a better word, that are mentally ill. The whole community is ill.
Right.
The whole of them. You understand? Anything you want to add on?
I'm just disgusted. Like, it's nice. Up to whatever.
Okay, let me play two more clips, and then we get with Trump.
Yeah, let's get it.
It's bad boy, big bad Trump. You understand?
Trump is the modern day Pharaoh, man.
And you can't make this up. How you don't understand that Trump is the modern day Pharaoh?
Right.
But let me get this real quick. Share the screen.
Considered ethnic cleansing. Yes. Just say it on camera now that your religion allowed or allows for genocide and ethnic cleansing, and you're the only religion that I'm aware of that has that as a tenet of faith. It's one of your 613 laws.
One of the laws.
Yes. So genocide and ethnic cleansing. Why? Because it was ordained by God.
Yes, it's in the Torah.
Yeah, and how can you demonstrate that the Torah that you have, what you claim to be the Torah, how do you demonstrate that it goes back to Moses?
I don't need to.
You don't need to.
I don't need to prove
your rabbis say that, and that's it. Look, you have tassels on your corners.
Yes.
Yeah? So you stick to the 613 laws.
Yes.
If I said I'm a descendant of Amalek and I was able to demonstrate it, what would be upon you to do to me?
Also, not necessarily.
Don't go and say it's metaphoric. It's literal.
No, it's literal.
It's literal. You wipe out the seed of Amalek and you erase his memory.
It is literal.
Yes.
However, there are a lot of caveats within it.
And to smash the baby's head against the rock as well, and not feel no mercy.
No, vengeance is a great thing. When people,
on the baby.
When someone rises against the people of God, yes, we have to take vengeance.
And smash the baby, smash their babies. Yeah, smash their babies. Can you see any parallel with what was happening in Gaza today and the commandments that you have?
No.
You don't see that these same laws are being invoked.
No.
You don't see that?
No.
Amalek, we will destroy Amalek. Netanyahu said this himself.
Yes,
this is the language that's been fed to the idea of soldiers. Yes, it is. Don't lie. I've seen it clearly. You have generals, you have people claiming that, listen, this is Amalek, we're going to wipe them out. Netanyahu himself says this.
Maybe.
What do you mean maybe?
No,
everybody's seen this except for you.
That's a policy. There's just rhetoric in a speech.
Yeah, we can stop it there, right? Listen. Hey, shout out to Kamar. He said Islam also had ethnic cleansing and genocide against the Israelites. Hot, hypocritical, nasty. Listen, we're gonna get into that, Kamar. Shout out to Kamar, my nigga. But here's the thing, right? Netanyahu did say something like that, but this is Amalek right here.
Right.
You understand? That's Amalek. You know, the Arabs are not Amalek. They know the Ishmael. They know it themselves. But here's the thing. Like Kamar said, it's hypocritical of talking about this because the Arabs know who the real Jews are. We have the clip of Captain Tazarek had the clip. He talked to a Palestinian man, say, yeah, these people are not the real Jews. You understand? Moses was black. The people over there are not the real Jews. But here's the thing, right? Y'all are also committed a genocide. The reason y'all got Palestine today, Palestine is, neither of these people are indigenous to Palestine.
That's right.
Neither of them. Right? Palestine derives from the word Philistia, the land of the Philistines, who are dark-skinned African people, who you see as African people. You know? When you got Palestine, it's after the fall of the Roman Empire, when Muhammad spread Islam through the sword.
Right.
They did the same genocide the Christians did, the same genocide the Israelis are doing today, in the name of who they claim to be their God. Neither of these people have rights to the land. So you want to be mad for your Arab brothers? That's understandable. But now don't make up a narrative as far as what he's doing is ethnic cleansing when you did the exact same thing to obtain that land that you fight over now. Salakia.
Right. And if I could, Salakia, if I may, I had a scripture with 1 Thessalonians 5:21. It says,
pull up on the screen. It said 1 Thessalonians
5:21. And the reason why I'm bringing this out, because he said that you had to prove these things, and he said, I don't have to do none of that. And that's the spirit of the oppressor. Like, we just supposed to believe your lies for face value, and you have no proof of anything of what you're saying. 1 Thessalonians, it says, prove all, so like 5:21 says, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. We're going to hone on the main part where it says, prove all things. Now, this is Amalek that we know is Amalek, and he act like he's the representative of the Torah, of the Bible. And as he was asking him about what he says 613 laws, which we believe is more, you understand? He's saying that if you're telling me that these are the things that y'all uphold, and I'm asking you to prove it, and he said, I don't have to do that, then obviously we're just supposed to take you and your word for face value. Well, we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, because guess what? The Christian pastor has been doing this for centuries, has been telling us lies, and all we've done is just take it for face value instead of just looking these things up and finding out the real truth, man. That's why it's so heavy, man, that we got Commander Jenny Hunter that has never dropped his sword, because now what he's done is he found out what the lies was and found out what the truth was, and he's spreading it to the people. And he's giving us that avenue to do the same thing, man. You'll never ask a priest and prophet of the Lord something in the Bible, and they be like, oh, I don't have to prove that. We're going to be like, hey, we thought you'd never ask. You understand what I'm saying? But it just shows you how deceptive this oppressor is and why we call him the devil the Bible speaks of. Salakia.
Damn right. You understand? Like, even the fact that he said, well, we're destroying Amalek. Listen, you are Amalek.
Right. Right.
Like, you can't make this up. You are the synagogue of Satan. No matter of fact, we're gonna play this other clip right here to show you how, you know, what these people, they know the truth, but they're not telling the whole truth. If it's not the whole truth, it's just not the truth. Y'all need to pay attention to the subtitles. Like, we don't speak Yiddish over here. This man Daniel sounds like he's spitting a loogie. It's a lot.
פלסטינים, דיברנו איתם טוב מאוד. היו מניקות שהולכות אחת לשנייה, מבשלים אחד עם השני. היו חיים פה בשלום. מי שהפר את השלום שהיה פה, זה רק הציונות עם הדעות שלהם. הם אמרו שאנחנו ניקח את האדמות, הם שלנו. תמונה שלמה זה עקירת האמונה. הם לא רצו שאתה תהיה חרדי, הם רצו שאתה תהיה בן אדם שהולך לצבא, נלחם למען המדינה, יכול להיות גם מת, בשביל הרעיון הטמא שלהם. פה הייתה מלכות טורקיה.
For lack of better, you know, y'all could read it. The description says it, right? They're basically saying, yeah, they had the Ottoman Empire. The Palestinians were best friends before the Zionism. Listen, y'all keep saying that Zionism is the problem. Y'all are a virus across the face of the planet. That's about right. The Zionism. Listen, y'all have to be the Zionism had nothing to do with you being unalive during World War II.
Right.
And we brought this out last Saturday during a class in Montreal, right? Y'all claim that we were killed, we were unalive and put in ovens because we were Jewish. A lot of y'all were put in ovens because y'all were homosexuals. They don't teach you that about the Holocaust. The Nazis unalive about 50,000 of them just because they were waving a rainbow flag. That's it.
Damn.
Yeah. They're not saying that though. You understand? Y'all were perverting Germany. That's why Hitler had an issue. Really. It's not about, well, we were Jewish in this because of our faith. Well, what about the black people who were unalive and put in ovens? They were not Jewish. What about the Hamites? They were not Jewish. Not that we show compassion to them, but talking about just because you were Jewish. No, it's not.
Good night.
This is the lie they're pushing about 6 million people. And I still don't believe it's 6 million. You know. And even then, the casualties of World War II was 60 million. Why are we even focusing on just 6 million people who push a lie?
Right.
The casualties of World War II were 60 million. And a lot of them so-called Jewish people were put in concentration camps because they were sodomites. They were put in ovens because they were sodomites. And they were teaching that the same thing you see today as far as teaching kids that it's normal to be good night. They have books teaching kids about anal sex. You understand? They were doing that during World War II, and that's what the Nazis had a problem with.
That's crazy word.
You know, now, what he's saying as far as being in the Ottoman Empire, they're saying basically they are of Turkic descent. That's what they're saying. Even then, if you know the real history of how they became so-called Jewish, you would know that they were not Jewish until what? About the 4th or 6th century or 8th century at the latest, on the numbers.
Right.
You know, they're a vagabond people dwelling in between the Muslims, the Christians, and there was us, right? Why were they in between everybody? Is because they were like a neutral people where, you know, they had a piece of land where if you want to do commerce, you have to go through them, and they were just observing. It was more like a political move.
Right.
You know, to choose a faith, because they were debating, should we become Muslims? Should we become Christians? Well, the Israelite, they believe in one God, and they're the chosen people. The Muslims are just copycats. The Christians are, you know, just pagans who just have a book that they don't even believe in. You know, long story short, let's just become Jewish. Well, they can't pronounce the Lashon Kodash, the alphabet. They made up vowels because they couldn't even talk like we talk. So they made their own language called Yiddish, and that's how they became Jewish. You know, these people are the biggest identity thieves. That's it. You know, and yes, they were, a lot of them were dwelling in the Ottoman Empire, which is modern day Turkey.
Right.
You have no rights to the land. You understand? Salakia. Anything you want to add on before we get to Bad Boy Trump?
No, let's go ahead. Let's get it.
Yeah. Let me get Trump real quick. Slovakia. Bad boy Trump. Gangster Trump. What Kamar said, he said, Slovakia, the Muslims are just as horrendous as the Amalekites, Ishmaelites in the Middle East, whereas the real Islam, they have so-called chai boys. Yeah. That's in Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, they have what's called the bachabazi, where they take little boys off the streets in Afghanistan, they bring them to private parties with grown-ass men, they make them wear makeup and dresses, they dress them as little girls, and then have them dance for them, and then proceed to, you know what? That's called the bachabazi. Y'all look it up. It's a real thing in Afghanistan. You know? Yeah, exactly what Kamar said. It's the practice in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Yeah, mainly Afghanistan, but Pakistan also. That's what they do. You understand? They dress them up as, and that's crazy too, right? They dress them up as little girls.
Oh my God.
Good night. That's crazy too. They dress them up as little girls. You know?
And Salakia, if I may, remember you brought up about what, the 72 virgins or something like that?
They're both boys and girls.
Told me that I'm about to say that. Marad said those are boys and girls, not just girls. That is crazy work. These are, and again, a lot of them go, and their religion is what, under the guile of Islam, and these is what the ones that they want us to follow. Nah, man, ain't no way. I'm not gonna follow no PDF file person. Ain't no way.
PDF files crazy. Hey, let's get to Trump.
Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
Yo, Trump is a gangster. He's an idiot, really. But this man said, successful attack. We obliterated them.
He said spectacular.
Yeah, he said spectacular. Yo, you can't make this up. This man said it's spectacular. It's like, it's amazing.
Right.
Good night. And he said, the big bully of the Middle East. Listen, you went to war with Afghanistan for 20 years under the pretense of them having weapons of mass destruction. Come to find out, there are people in sandals and robes and turbans throwing rocks at you. Where's the weapon of mass destruction? Y'all, after 20 years, y'all find no weapons of mass destruction. I still remember Bush laughing about it.
Right.
He said, weapons of mass destruction. Well, we're still looking for them. And he made a joke about it. Right? Like, y'all went to war with people throwing rocks at you with AK-47s. Y'all had all types of artillery, and y'all still lost the war. Talking about they're the bullies of the Middle East. Listen, y'all destabilize Libya. Y'all destabilize every single country in the world. Talking about the big the big bullies of the planet. Not to show sympathy to any one of them, right?
Right.
It's just to show that our person is truly a devil. Like, he's boasting. Listen, this attack was spectacular. If you don't want to make peace, it'll be far greater and far easier. Now, hear me out, Kudam, yeah? Apparently, Iran said, we knew we were going to get bombed, so we evacuated the plant. This man did a drive-by. He didn't shoot nobody.
He did a drive-by in the empty house.
So I don't know if it's confirmed or not. If it is, that's crazy work. This man out here boasting. It was spectacular, successful attack conducted on Iran's military nuclear plant. Iran has said, well, the house was empty. You ain't shoot shit, nigga. It's a lie.
Good night. If I could read this scripture, Proverbs 16 and 18, real quick, Baba Kashab.
Oh, absolutely.
You already know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Because Donald Trump is a prideful bastard, man. He's so, and really, he has nothing to be proud for. I don't know if y'all ever see Austin Kazak Ahmad's, you understand, his video he did with the different armies that was marching. And, you know, you see Russia, you see China. Then when you get to the USA, they just start lollygagging. They look terrible. That's what you got to be proud of? They don't even want to be there. Salak, here's the book of Proverbs 16 and 18. It says, pride goeth before destruction. And of course, what is America built off of? Pride. What they say, home of the proud, the land of the brave, right? And a haughty spirit before he fall. Listen, Donald Trump has that haughty spirit where he like, can't nobody destroy us, can't nobody beat us. He said that this was, what is it, excellent. Yeah, he said that this is something that we planned. It's like, it's spectacular. You understand? And he didn't even bomb nobody. He didn't even hit nobody. You understand? And it's crazy, man. Like, just real quick with this information too, me and my real was talking again, man. She been, you know, checking this stuff out, man. She act like she a doomsday prep or something. But like, if I may.
Hey, shout out my sister Wawa. Shout out to Zamana Yashma
Like, she was reading where the whole point of the Space Force that Trump has created was to create create a dome around the USA. And the reason why that they have been deporting our I.S.U.P.K brothers, you understand, and sisters, is because they didn't want people that didn't have a U.S. citizenship to be here. And so that you couldn't come into the USA, you couldn't leave the USA. And when Sugar Honey Ice-T hits the fan, he's going to put this dome around the U.S. to try to protect us. This is exactly the epitome of this scripture here, where it says, pride goeth before destruction. Do you really think that that dome is going to stop the Most High from sending Yahweh Shine, these 200 million angels, from destroying this world? Hell no. Salaki.
Right. And listen, you see how he's so proud to say, well, listen, it was spectacular. And if they don't listen, he even said we bombed them successfully. Now we will be at peace or something like that. I have the tweet. I'm gonna bring the tweet up. He said, yeah, now we peaceful. Is I said, yo, listen, you know, only a genocidal maniac could say something like that.
Exactly.
You know, like Iran didn't make a move on the US. The state of Israel, Iran did not make a move on the state of Israel. You understand? They the one throwing rocks. When they get hit back, it's like, yo, listen, now we need to erase them. Imagine that. You understand? Let me. Where's that clip?
But as you looking that clip up, if I could, that's just like the oppressor to always stick his nose in somewhere where it don't belong.
هدف مشروع ایران هستند. آمریکا با این اقدامی که انجام داد علیه ایران و حریم هوایی ایران را شکست و جنایت علیه ایران انجام.
Yeah, I'm not going to play the whole gibberish. He's basically saying, yeah, the U.S. violated us, you know, whatever the case is, right? They're basically saying, listen, y'all started the fight, we're going to finish it. That's incorrect. The Most High started this, and He will finish it.
That's right.
You understand? Y'all going to learn the hard way that y'all going to have to give glory to the Most High God of the children of Israel. Not the Israelis, but the Israelites. You understand? So,
what's that scripture where it says the Most High mustereth the battle?
Hey, good night.
That's exactly what you're talking about right there.
You understand? Listen, that's Iran right now. I'm gonna show you the Iranians right now.
Ride through New York, fight, then they go and shoot New Jersey up, fight. Trying to take my chain, I ain't going. We gonna come and blow New Jersey up. I'm riding through.
That's the Iranians right now. Listen, Iranians are like, yeah, we spinning the block.
Right.
Yeah, I just read an article early before the show. A lot of major U.S. cities are bracing themselves for an Iranian attack. Why? Because they know it's like they want to shoot up the block. Now they're waiting for retaliation. They're like, damn, yeah, Trump messed up. His whole campaign was mainly about deporting Mexicans, saying Haiti is a shithole country, and that he will bring peace in the Middle East. That he will avoid World War III. This man then you press the button. Now you have the Iranians dancing to fucking Chief Keef. Of course, it's a meme. The point is, they're spinning the block. And guess what? Canada had a I'll pull up the next clip, right? Canada had a deal with the US, which is really a stupid deal because if Canada goes to war, the US is not obligated to help.
What?
If the US goes to war, Canada had to help. Emphasis on past tense. Now here's what the Prime Minister of Canada had to say about that.
The old relationship we had with the United States, based on deepening integration of our economies and tight security and military cooperations, is over. What exactly the United States does next is unclear. But what is clear is that we as Canadians have agency. We have power. We are masters in our own home. Nous sommes maîtres chez nous. We can control our destiny. We can give ourselves much more than any foreign government, including the United States, can ever take away. We can deal with this crisis best by building our strength right here at home. It will take hard work. It will take steady and focused determination from governments, from businesses, from labor.
It's like, y'all ain't building nothing. It's a lot. He's saying we're not helping the U.S. in this fight. Most high in Christ. But y'all still boasting, talking about, we could deal with this better than anyone else. Just what's the precept we just pull up? Proverbs 16 and 18.
Yeah, Proverbs 16 and 18. Pride going before destruction.
That y'all need to understand this. A devil is a devil wherever he's at.
Right.
An Edomite is an Edomite wherever they're at. They're proud. The French is proud. The Canadians are proud. The Americans, the British, the Spaniards, the Portuguese, the Russians. It don't matter. The devil is going to be proud nonetheless right before he get destroyed.
That's right.
You understand? But say good night. It's a lot here. Go ahead.
No, that's heavy you say that. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, like they keep thinking that, Trump and all them is the ones that's doing this, but this is the Most High, man. This is the prelude to World War III. Like the scripture said, the third woe cometh quickly. You understand what I'm saying? World War III is right in our back door, man. You understand what I'm saying? It's like every day something is going on with some country or something where they are beefing with each other, man. You understand? And we got to wake up as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We got to, Romans 13:11 say what? For now it is our salvation nearer than when we believe, man. I believe Commander General YAHANNA was just bringing it out last night. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this thing is definitely turning up, man. And we as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we have got to come together. All we need to do really is just come together and guess what? And just enjoy each other. Just get some popcorn and your strong of your what they say, the flavor of your own strong, however you like it, and just watch and see this thing unfold, man. You understand? Because the Most High is definitely getting ready to send Christ, a Negro at that, and his 200 million angels, which is Negroes too, or black, you understand, to destroy this earth, man. That's why we see that song, Babylon is falling to rise no more. You understand? So like it.
Not only that, but it's time for us to separate like never before. What's the scripture again said? We would have healed Babylon, but we can't. Listen, stop trying to fix America. Stop trying to fix Canada. Stop trying to fix the white man's world and be accepted in society, fighting his wars. Y'all ain't got to do nothing, but get yourself right with the Most High. Get right with the Lord before it's too late. Zephaniah 21 says what? Gather yourself together. Let me just bring it up real quick, yeah?
The one you just quoted was Jeremiah 51 and 9 too.
Yeah, Jeremiah 51 and 8 and 9. Yeah.
Yep.
Let me get real quick Zephaniah, because you think we were on borrowed time before. Imagine now. Right. We're in the last 45 minutes of the movie. That's where we're at. Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Again, it's talking about you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. It's not talking about all the other heathens that the white man hates. All nations hate the white man, but it's not talking about the white man. You are the nation that is not desired.
That's right.
Out of all the immigrants that Trump is deporting, you're the focus. You're the focal point. Is the Latinos, it's the Haitians, it's the West Indians. They're not talking about the Chinese. They're not talking about the Africans. They're not talking about the East Indians.
Right.
They're talking about Mexicans, Venezuelans, Brazilians, Haitians, Jamaicans. That's what they're talking about. Yeah, so they even deporting Gadites. Imagine that.
Right.
They even deporting so-called Native American Indians. ISIS pulling up on First Nations people, talking about, are you an American citizen? I see these women say, well, we're the original ones. We're the real ones.
Right.
Like, yeah, show me your papers. Imagine that. You are that nation that's not desired.
That's
go to
right.
verse 2.
Most High in Christ. I'm glad I would go ask you to go to verse 2.
Damn right. Exactly. Yeah, listen, one body.
Damn
You
right.
understand? Zephaniah 2:2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft. Y'all seen the old Western movies? That little wheel of dry grass just blowing in the wind.
Yes.
Before that happens, before the decree bring forth, before the Most High say, hey, listen, before he tells you how Shai, go over there and get to killing.
Right.
Before that day, y'all need to gather together. This is the only thing y'all need to do. Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you. Yeah. Before you see that lake of fire.
Right.
You see 200 million nigger angels led by the nigger king.
That's right.
You understand? Not the Wakanda king, the nigger king. Before that day happens, and you be like, damn, is it too late? It would be too late one day. We pray that it's now. We pray that all of our people wake up. You understand? We don't pick and choose who to bring in the truth like that. We pray that all of our people wake up. You understand? That all of our people come into the truth. Because it's going to be a horrible day.
That's right.
Before that day comes, y'all need to gather together. Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Hey, good night. Y'all see what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah? Listen, Commander Johanna said, you see an example of all these fireworks dropping on Iran and Israel, whatever the case is. Imagine the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. Matter of fact, I seen a brother, he posted a clip. He said, you see a bomb dropping, and he said, imagine it being Ezekiel, or even in the book of 2nd Ezra, right?
Right.
Imagine Christ saying, yo, listen, imagine having the vision and this is what you see. Imagine back in the day, thousands of years ago, you have a vision and you see fire just dropping from the sky. Right. We're seeing that today. This is our time. I was speaking with Kodam earlier before the show. We are in the biblical time. This is the time Christ was telling disciples about.
Right.
Don't believe we're not in the biblical times no more because, we have restaurants and what's that? 5-star Michelin restaurants or whatever nonsense they say. We have TVs and cars and we don't ride on donkeys and horses no more. Hey, yo, this the biblical time that Christ was talking about.
That's right.
Wars and rumors of wars and earthquakes in diverse places. Iran just got hit with 2 earthquakes in the middle of the war. What are you talking about? It's not gonna be pretty. Let me get real quick. Isaiah, what is it? The little chambers, is it 26?
The chambers?
Yeah. I think it's Isaiah 26, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
My people enter into thy chambers. Yeah, 26 and 20.
Yeah. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Right? Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. Why? Because, listen, that's when we're going to be scooped up in the chariots when fire and brimstone comes from the sky, like in Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's right.
What the people are seeing right now falling from the sky on their heads, all this fireballs is what Sodom and Gomorrah seen. But here's the thing, right? This is why you need to gather together before that day happens. Verse 21, for behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. Christ is not coming back with hugs and kisses.
That's right.
Oh, Christ is coming back with a sword. He's not coming back with hugs and kisses and flowers.
Right.
It says in 2nd Ezra chapter 13, I think verse 29, they're going to stop fighting in the midst of World War III. They're going to fight Christ. What do you think he's coming for? You understand? The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. Oh, yeah. Listen, y'all call this, what did they call the planet? They call the planet the blue planet, right? Listen, the planet will be red. All that blue on the planet,
right.
the sea and rivers were turned to red like in Egypt.
Right.
You're probably, listen, y'all probably going to see, y'all, whoever is on a space shuttle will be able to see the earth smoking from thousands of miles away in space. If you're on a space shuttle that day, best believe you will witness this. Good night. We'll be on the chairs looking at it like, damn, is that the earth? The earth will be a fireball. You understand? Salakia. And this is why we need to get right with the Lord. Look at this. This is in Jamaica, right? A massive fight broke out at KFC across Jamaica during the 50th anniversary, right? The crazy part is that while everything is unfolding before our eyes, we have time to fight for chicken, for fried chicken. I mean, I get it. We're poor people. We're hungry. We have to ride for fried chicken.
Yeah, it's crazy work.
While the world is crumbling down before our eyes. Christ said what? Christ said, not one stone shall be leaving on top of another. I'm just paraphrasing, right? Everything's going to be destroyed, and we're fighting for fried chicken.
Right.
You know? We're talking, we're how you call it again? Distracted by all them things, fighting for fried chicken, Cardi B and Offset, you know, whatever's going on. I don't pay attention to what's going on in pop culture like that, right? But whatever's going on in pop culture, these Twitch streamers looking like half homosexuals, like Kai-Cenat and them, this is what y'all focus on. Talking about the Lil Wayne album. Listen, I might listen to it, I might not. I don't give a damn. I'm looking at this like, yo, you know, the world is, you're probably going to get a bomb dropped somewhere tomorrow. I have time to fight for fried chicken. And if you're in Jamaica, what you need to do is call Officer 1000 Abada one. That's what you need to do.
That's right.
You understand? You need to get right. Come to these classes with Officer 1000 Abada one, Officer 500 Kayad one. That's what you need to do. Y'all need to get right. Fight for fried chicken. Fight for the Lord. Y'all have all the fried chicken you want in the kingdom. It's in the Bible.
It is, right.
You understand? Fight for the Lord. Fight to stop the killing in Trenchtown, in Kingston. How about that? Fight your flesh. Fight your lust of wanting to be accepted by the white man. The white man is the reason y'all fighting for fried chicken in Jamaica.
Right.
Y'all still trying to, you know, join a political party. Not one political party is fixing Jamaica ever. Don't fight for Goli or Gaza. Don't fight for the 6 or the 7s. We're just spreading. See, listen, the 6 is out of Jamaica. The 6 is damn near on all the islands. A gang that makes no sense. Don't fight for that. Y'all about to stop fighting each other and realize, damn, maybe we should have just tuned into at least one class. Put in all black. You understand? That's all you need to do in Jamaica. Put in all black and tune into classes. Change your ways. Oh, fighting for fried chicken. Good night, Salaki.
And just to think about it too, again, like you said, we again goes back to our moral standpoint. Like, we should be able to come together. You understand? And you got $5, I got $3. Forget that fried chicken, man. Let's go grill some chicken. You understand? Let's go have a barbecue, like they say. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And if I could, shameless plug, you understand, July the 3rd through the 6th, you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man, you understand, we will have in the Fayetteville the Carolina Coke Classic Cookout. You understand? So Sunday, we're going to be at Seabrook Park, man. You understand? Y'all going to come out, man, and enjoy true brotherhood, sisterhood, give good music, You understand? In a good time, man. You understand? Under Commander Junior Yahanna, man. So lucky.
Damn right. Y'all make sure y'all make it to the cookout, Fayetteville. Make sure you make it to all the cookouts.
That's right.
And spoiler alert, no heathens are invited.
That's right. Right. You are not invited to the cookout.
You understand? We ain't feeding no little starving African children. Y'all go eat all the bushmeat you want. Just don't make them go extinct.
Right.
You understand? It's a lot. We have a few more clips before the time. Listen, I spoke to one of my brethren, right? He's an Israelite from Peru. He said, the war comes to Canada, I'm going to Peru. Listen, the whole planet is going to burn.
That part.
You understand? You're not going to be safe nowhere. And the UK is getting ready.
What?
They sounded that alarm.
This is the sound of the alarm. You might see in your city some military prowesses, tanks going down the streets or whatever the case is. You are in the biblical times Christ was talking about.
That's right.
Understand this. This is not time to talk about, well, we worship the ancestors with an ankh around your neck. Listen, the ankh is a penis and a vagina together, and that's crazy work for you to wear that around your neck.
That's right.
You know, worship. I don't know, whatever the hell you worship. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. What matters is the Bible is a real book, and it doesn't belong to the white man.
That's right.
And that's the crazy part, right? Kodam, hear this. I kept saying that multiple times in different classes. I think I even said that at camp. You reject the Bible because you claim it's a white man's book, but you don't reject the understanding that the white man gave you about the Bible being a white man's book. How does that even make sense?
That's confusion. That's what that is.
Yeah. If you reject the Bible because it's a white man's book, why don't you reject the understanding of the white man who told you it's a white man's book? Why don't you reject the white woman or the white man's drugs?
Right.
The white man's deviancy. Why don't you reject that? Now, what you need to understand is that the Bible is a real book. This is your history book. It's your historical record, and it prophesied these times that you were living in right now. You're going to need it more than ever. Because without it, you don't even know what true brotherhood is.
That's right.
Come sit in these classes because the UK is getting ready. France, Commander Johanna says, France is about to leave the West and join Russia. All these countries, these African countries that are kicking France out of their land, they're saying, we're tired of you. We're taking back our land. France's economy is based on looting Africa and the Caribbeans. You know, that's it. Now they're being kicked out of their old former colonies. It's like, damn, what are we doing?
Right.
France is not pretty. Listen, y'all think France is pretty, the Eiffel Tower, the Champs-Élysées, you know, the baguettes and the coffee and whatever. Listen, France is ghetto. France is not like in the movies. It's not romantic like in the movies. yeah. Listen, y'all making me laugh when I see shit like that. It's a lot. France is grimy.
Right.
What's her name? Kim Kardashian got robbed in France. She got traumatized. Y'all think only the US got the YANs? Yo, over there is grimy as hell.
Good night.
France ain't got nothing. They broke as hell. People are complaining all the time. They broke as hell. And guess what? Y'all about to see true perilous times. Like Christ says, something that we've never seen before. What is it? Matthew 24 and 21. Let me just bring that real quick, Kodam, yeah? Of course. You can chime in anytime. Hey, shalom, Jacob. Yabashim Shabbat.
Hey, shalom, Yabashim Shabbat, Jacob.
Let me get that real quick.
Like you said, man, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to just quote this scripture I was looking at. It says in wisdom, Isaiah 33:6, it says, in wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. And we think about it, a lot of people are in a frantic right now. Like you said, your Peruvian brother said, oh, you're going to move to Canada when these things happen. We don't have no stability because we don't have knowledge and understanding of what is really going on here. You understand? We think that we're going to just escape and to go to another country and it's not going to happen. No, the Lord is coming to destroy this earth. This earth is going to be destroyed and put back into its proper place with its proper rulership. The only way that you're going to be able to escape that is to serve the Lord if you're a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Because if you're not Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you're about to get skunyan. Like, you understand?
Damn
Like,
right.
the Lord is about to destroy you. And rightfully so, because we have yet to receive justice for what has happened to us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Salaki.
No, damn right. Let me get that real quick. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Christ says it's going to be something never seen before.
Good night.
And just for you to put it, in perspective, I just had to look that up, right? The number of victims in World War I is 15 to 22 million. World War I, 15 to 22 million people were victims during World War I. World War II, an estimated death of 70 to 85 million. Y'all think it's something big. Christ said, y'all ain't seen shit yet.
Right.
Imagine that. Christ said, y'all ain't seen shit yet. Salakia. You understand? It's gonna be horrible. Right? Some never seen before. And this is the times that we're in right now. It's not pretty. All right, let me get this last clip real quick. I think we have one more clip after that, probably. Right? What's prophesied in the Bible is that this must happen. Christ said it must come to pass, but the end is not yet. This must happen for us to be free from slavery. The Iron Dome in Israel is made up in a sense where it was a good speech. It could stop missiles. Yes, everything. Listen, if I tell you, Kodam, right? I saw your product. It's the best.
Right.
Right. But how can you? How do you know that it's the best?
You got to try the product out, or you got to compare other products.
It ain't the best if it ain't be put to the test.
That's right.
That's a shirt. Hey,
hey,
I like it.
What's I cry?
Yo, hey, but this is a clip. Apparently, the Iron Dome failed. Clearly, it's not the best.
Right.
And again, imagine you're Ezekiel. You're seeing that Ezekiel, Joel. Imagine you're seeing that in a vision for thousands of years to come. Listen, your Iron Dome ain't nothing. In the words of a mighty man from Fayetteville, Babylon, the Iron Dome ain't sugar, honey, iced tea.
Right. Right.
You know, it ain't the best if they ain't put to the test. They got put to the test and it miserably failed. And this is where our tax money went to. Just so y'all know, this is billions of dollars of investment.
Hey, it's a lie if I may. Commander YAHANNA said that he was like, whoever sold them that Iron Dome was a hustler, because that Iron Dome ain't do nothing of what it was supposed to do.
They got finessed.
They got finessed.
That's no fugazi.
Right.
Listen, they got finessed. Billions of dollars. You know, we don't give a damn. We always broke anyways. You know, they steal from us all the time.
Right.
No, I'm pretty sure the big mad is like, damn, so we spent all that money for what? And I was looking at the specs of the Iron Dome. Really, it's just for short range attacks. Like Russia could send a missile over there, the slowest missile ever. It would breach the Iron Dome. It's for short range attacks.
Damn.
Make it make sense. And even Commander YAHANNA brought that out, and I forgot about that. Iran got supersonic missiles, or however they got missiles that go at the speed of light, damn near the speed of sound, right? It's breaching the Iron Dome.
Right.
Regardless of however you look at it. You know, y'all are not safe. Even then, it said that Salakia in Isaiah 60 and 18, violence shall be no more in the land.
Right.
That should clearly tell you that these people are not the real Jews the Bible speaks of. And if they were, why aren't they just praying to the God of Israel, as real Jews always did? It was never about military might. Just pray to the God of Israel, and if you're the real Jew, He will destroy Iran. He will destroy all your enemies. He will be an adversary to your adversaries. Right? Let me get that real quick before we end it. Was it Exodus 22 and 23 or 23 and 22?
Which one you said? What's the verbiage of it?
You'll be adversaries to our adversaries. 23 and 22.
Okay, what's on?
Exodus chapter 23, verse 22. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies and an adversary unto thine adversaries. Clearly, they're not the real Jews. They have the biggest pride parade in the Middle East. Damn, Slovakia. I forgot. The day that Iran retaliated with missiles was the day they were supposed to have their pride parade in Tel Aviv.
Good night.
Obliterated Tel Aviv.
Wow.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Listen, the Lord is. You think you're a troll? The Lord will troll your ass with in a godly manner. You understand? Y'all about to have the biggest pride parade in the Middle East, in the land, in the Holy Land. At that, the Lord say, "Yeah, no sweat. I got you. Y'all want fireworks during the pride parade? I got the fireworks.
Right.
The godly fireworks. What the hell are you talking about? You understand? Yeah, no, listen. If you listen, what is it? Galatians, the Lord is not mocked.
It's not.
Y'all having a pride parade in the Holy Land. The Most High said, I got you. Don't even sweat it. That's what he said.
Okay.
Y'all getting bombed literally the day of the pride parade. That's crazy work. Really, when it comes down to it, besides you having the biggest pride parade in the Middle East, the state of Israel is a haven for pedophiles. Now, if you are a Jewish person, right, that is accused of molesting children, there literally is a law for you to go back to Israel for safety. You didn't know that, Kudan?
Good night. Wow.
Yeah, they have a law.
Crazy.
Let me see if I can pull out the article. They literally have a law to protect the pedophiles.
What in the world, man?
Yeah, 1 second. There you go.
So it's like, forget the children that is being, SA'd. We gonna protect the ones. And see, this is the problem with America. America never protects the victims. They always protect the ones that are the antagonizers, man.
Let me share the screen. There you go. It says, failures in Israel's legal system, particularly around pedophilia, expose deep-rooted justice and accountability issues affecting society. Offenders exploit Israel's law of return. It's a law to evade consequences, with high-profile cases like Malka Lefer's highlighting tradition and legal obstacles. Basically, if you have Israeli citizenship or whatever the case is, or I forgot how exactly it works, you're a pedophile, you could just go to the state of Israel just to be safe, to not go to jail.
Good night.
So that's why the Lord is bombing you right now. Let me get this one last clip so you to understand that this is what y'all are getting is because of your actions. For no other reason than your actions. You understand?
After you get that clip, I want to bring out Isaiah 29 if I could.
Yeah, absolutely. I got it right here.
It was so heavy what you were just showing about how that Iron Dome was just being obliterated by the missiles that were sent over there. And Isaiah spoke about this, man. You understand? So like,
let me get this clip real quick and then bring up.
Oh yeah.
You want the clip or you want the precept first?
Let's do the precept, because I don't know if the precept gonna be specific to this clip, but it's gonna be to the previous clip that we just see where the Lord was just destroying it. He made they made mockery of the Lord, but the Lord made mockery of their damn Iron Dome. You know what I'm saying? But it's Isaiah 21. It's like 29:1. And then I want to read verse 6 and 7 too, if I could, Baba Kasha.
Yeah, I was literally going there.
Oh, well, if you want to bring it out of the field, then let's get it. You know what I mean? We can do the clip. I want to go to verse 1 real quick, just to show
verse 1, God, no sweat.
Yeah, just to show them the context of what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they, you know, that so they don't think we just be, you know, talking out the side of our neck. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, sorry, Christ. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 1. It says, "Woe to Ariel, the city where David dwelt." We already know where that's at. Jerusalem. You understand? It says, "Add ye year to year, let them kill sacrifices." Right? If you could go on down to verse 6. So now we got the understanding of what this is talking about, the context. Isaiah was talking about destruction to Jerusalem, man. And we're seeing that today. You understand what I'm saying? We are seeing how the Middle East is getting torn to pieces. Torn to pieces. You understand? And this is what the Lord said. It told Isaiah to tell the children of Israel. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts," which is the Most High. Not Allah, not Buddha. You understand? The Most High. "With thunder and with earthquake." You just said it was an earthquake that just happened, right? Just recently. You understand?
Yeah, right.
Yes, and it says great noise with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. Salaki. So when you see those missiles, those are that devouring flower that it's like I keep saying flower. Devouring fire that you see, man. You understand? Them missiles, they showed a bus. Man, it looked like that bus was transparent after that bomb hit them, man, after the missiles hit it, because of how much it destroyed it, man. You understand? They was losing people left and right, and this is that devouring fire that the Most High is talking about. You jump down to verse 7, Baba Kasha.
Khan.
The water. And it says, "In the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, even all that fight against her and her mission, and that distress her, shall be as a dream of a night of a vision." You think about this, man. Like, this is heavy right here. Everybody that has come up against Israel, that's come up against Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, this is why what's going on now. And it's going to be to the point where everything is going to be dimensioned, where it's going to look like, be like a dream. You're going to look, and like they said, they're going to see America, and they're going to hiss. You understand? Like, when they see this, and be like, this is what y'all had right here with building up these cities. These are the things that the Lord is preparing for us, for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. That's why the scripture is so heavy now when we say Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. Salaki.
Damn right. Let's get the last clip real quick.
What's your name?
My name is Mohammed.
Mohammed?
Yep.
Palestinian.
I'm Palestinian.
As he's seen us setting up camp, what can you say? What you said a second
Well,
ago?
it's a known fact. You can look it up. You can chat GPT or Google it. But most of the Jews that we think of in our mind and in the media and actors and everything are truly not from the tribe of Israel. They're actually Slavic or Khazars that converted 800 years ago.
That's right.
That took over the Jewish religion and made it a terrorist religion, racist religion that it is today. When in fact, they're the most racist against Africans. You can go look it up in Israel what they do. Yet at the same time, Moses was dark and Jesus was dark.
That's right.
And it was known that Jesus was not a white God either.
That's right.
So let that be known.
You said something
That's
about
a
why
fact.
you mentioned about why they getting bombed and stuff like that. Can you speak on that?
Well, eventually justice comes up. You know, what they've been doing to the Palestinians the last two years, and the last 80 years, it's called karma.
Yeah.
You know, we all know what that is.
Yes,
but
we do.
you got it coming. And this last week, the last 5 days, they're getting the same missile strikes that they've been giving the Palestinians the last 2 years.
That's right.
So,
well, that's justice for you.
That's justice, and God is full of justice. But we hope the war will end, and there can be some peace. Most importantly, understanding that it's not a white God or a black God or a racist God, or that African Americans are inferior. In fact, India is superior, and you might not even know it.
Thank you.
Hey, with that, I'm going to give one last precept. Yeah, because he spoke about justice. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Y'all need to understand this, right? If y'all could understand the concept of justice, just like this Palestinian man explained it. By the way, real quick, shout out to Captain Tazariak. You understand?
Yeah,
but
man.
if y'all could understand the concept of justice, the way he said it, it's like, damn, they've been bombing us for the past 80 years.
Right.
For the past 80 years. So they're just reaping what they sowed. Well, y'all could definitely understand this. Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Every single nation on the face of the earth had a hand in our captivity. You understand? From the least powerful to the white man. They all did. Not one of them is innocent when it comes to dealing with us. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. If it's a must, that means it is a necessity.
Right.
It needs to happen. Why? Because they shed our blood, sweat, and tears for them to be able to walk up and down America, to be able to have Chinatown, to be able to have Little Italy, to be able to build the buildings that you are living in right now. A genocide had to be committed. You understand? They talk about the Diddy case like, well, human trafficking is absolutely wrong, which is correct. Human trafficking is wrong. The only reason that now you see it as being wrong is because you're not partaking in it anymore. But this whole society was built off of human trafficking. And you were the trafficker, and we were the traffickers. You understand? And here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Why? Because imagine that. Right? This book was written thousands of years ago. That verse was written thousands of years ago.
Right.
You think John the Revelator was like, damn, well, you know what? At the end of the day, the only proof that we have is that all these prophecies are coming to pass. But we believe in something that we might never see. Imagine having faith in believing that a nigga is going to crack the sky open with 200 million nigga angels. Imagine the faith of the slaves talking about we will finally be free. How many slaves thought that they would be free during the transatlantic slave trade? How many of them? They could probably dream about it. Khan, go ahead.
So, like, if I may, real quick, that's heavy you say that because you think about it. We do have a famous song during slavery. It was called "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, Coming Forth to Carry Me Home." Even during that time, we knew and understood that we was impacted by a higher power, by the most high power, because that's the only ones that's going to come and save us out of this hell that we call America. We spell it with 3 Ks. You understand? They knew that the Most High was going to send them chariots, just like you said, where these a nigga by the name of Yahweh Mashiach, with these 200 million black angels are coming. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home, man. Salakia.
No, damn right. Like we understood this, right? And this is, listen, being patient for over 500 years. From captivity to captivity. Like, it's not about being freed. It's finally being in the position of power that we should have been had for a long time ago.
Right.
You understand? This is the kingdom that will last forever and ever.
Forever, ever?
Forever, ever.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
You know? This is what we've been waiting for. All these signs. I remember when I was an officer of 50, I remember that day, we were still on Clubhouse. That day, Russia bombed Ukraine. I was on the phone with Officers Abadia and Cheyenne 1. We had a drink. We were on the phone. We all hopped on Clubhouse. Let's have a drink and say, La Yasharali. You understand? The moment Israel bombed Iran, I remember that was during, was that during the class? I think that was during the general's class. Or was it during Blackwatch? Whichever. The point, no, it was a Thursday, right? The point is, you were like, oh, good night. Israel just bombed Iran. Most High in Christ.
Right.
You understand? Because we're seeing all these things unfold that were prophesied thousands of years ago.
Right.
We're about to see even worse that is still prophesied. Y'all better pay. Y'all want to know what's going. What y'all want to know? What's on the next episode of World War III? The next episode of the Kingdom to Come. Y'all read this Bible. This is the whole. Right. Imagine trying to figure out what's on the next episode. Y'all have the whole script right here.
That's right.
You understand? You have the whole script right in front of you. You reject the script though, because you were told somebody is a author who is not.
Mm-hmm.
This is talking about plagiarism. Forget about plagiarism. They stole the script from you. This is the same way these two sodomite devils stole the script from the Matrix, from that sister. They stole the greatest script ever from you. You are the main character as far as the people, right? This is talking about you. It's talking about your redemption, how you came about, your downfall, your redemption, and your dominion, your everlasting dominion. That's what it's talking about. You understand? With that said, this was another great episode of One West Ground Zero with my nigga Q Dizzle, my nizzle. You understand? Kodam. Hey, another shameless plug for the cookout that we got coming up.
Oh yeah, Most High in Christ. Hey, look, man. Again, if you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man, July the 3rd through the 6th, specifically the 6th, is the cookout in Fayetteville, North Carolina, Seabrook Park. You understand? But that whole week, we're going to be having a whole bunch of events. You understand? July the 3rd, we're going to be having Jenna Hyman. You understand? The Bodman. You understand? The heavy hitter teaching the class, man. And after that, we're going to go to Fat Daddy's, man. You understand? We're going to have a kickball tournament. You understand? We're going to be having all kind of events. We got a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. So if you got some basketball skills, go and show us what you got, man. You understand? I am responsible for the entertainment. So if you need to get in touch with me, I'm preaching also 500 Kadam Banya Hawada. You understand? You can hit me in the inbox. We'll be having a spades tournament. We'll be having badminton. We'll be having cornholes. You understand? Look, just come out and we're going to show you how to have a good time under the most high power in Christ and under Commander General YAHANNA, man, where all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians come together. Guess what? If you're not a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you cannot come to the cookout. Salaki, the water.
Damn right. Most High in Christ. With that said, we're going to end it right here. We'll be back next Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right. Lord Allah, Upset Adiyar will be back with us. Dam, feel free to jump on any single time. Yeah, you understand? This is not my show. This is the show of the Lord. You understand? One West Ground Zero under commanding General YAHANNA. Since 1969, we're bringing you nothing but the truth, unadulterated, unfiltered truth, unlike the Christian church, who are even worse than the Sadducees and Pharisees that Christ had to deal with. With that said, we're ending right here. Shalom, Yabashin Shabakatam, taller brothers, Yahweh Shemala, Bashin Yahushai, taller sisters.
Check me out, dog. Roll the window up, man. The water. Ain't no better, dog, really. The son of a king. I don't Balenciaga. I might just wear a collar. I might just wear the Pradas. But I'm thinking long term, so I might say the dollars. We ain't no better. I'm just being honest. I should've went to college, but I was thinking violence. It's a one West world. We the fucking loudest. Break it down, we break ground. We don't break no damn promise. Let's get active, dog. Don't tell me how you feel about it. These cats saying too much. They ain't learn enough. You maxed out the first quarter. I'm still warming up. These niggas tossing up a brick. They can't score with us. Who gon' come against us? On the Lord with us. Them niggas riding for you. Hope they ride till they crash. Put my name in your mouth. I put my belt to your ass. I ain't running no race. I just hope that I last. All them niggas you look up to, I consider them trash. Only time you seen a leader was in Wayne hand. Niggas will dap you, then pop you with the same hand. I'm a main player. I stick to the game plan. He don't really fuck with you. That's your main man. We them niggas came through and made your city hot. Yup, said he in the field, but he really not. And I ain't casting no stone, I just let him rock. And that's the kind of story they gon' read about. But if it's war, it ain't no tapping out. Grip still heat, spit like a dragon mouth.
brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.